Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the Glitched Out Gaming Report for the week of October the 3rd. I was going to say 2nd, but that's the day I'm recording this on Sunday. Technically, it's true. It's the week of the 2nd. Usually the weeks start on Sundays. Whatever. It's the new week. It's October. That means leaves are going from green to orange. The threat of snow is upon us, at least here in Canada anyway. It's right around the corner. Like the Starks, winter is coming and we know it, and I personally hate it. But also being in October, that means a couple of other things. It means we are closer to Doctor Strange coming in theaters. We got Luke Cage out on Netflix right now. And the big games are coming. You got your Call of Duties, your Battlefield, your Titanfalls, but you also got stuff like The Last Guardian right around the corner now, Final Fantasy 15, which we would have been playing right now if it hadn't got delayed. Oh, the sadness when I think about that. But anyways, folks, we got a big show this week. The usual been playing. I got a bunch of news stories. And yeah, we got a topic of the week. And in our topic of the week this week, we've got a big one because we just finished up the third quarter of 2016. So I'm going to run through what were the highest rated games of July, August, and September. A few surprises there. But we'll get into that afterwards. And in the comments section, we do have a few comments from last week, from the YouTube video itself here, and from over on outlawgamers.com. Aaron B posted the video again. Thanks, Aaron. And got like 12 comments over there. So I'm going to run through everything. But let's kick this show off as I kick off every episode of the Gaming Report with what I've been playing. Now, I haven't been playing a whole lot this week. Bits and pieces of things here, like I Am Setsuna and Saturday Morning RPG and Dragon Quest VII. But the big two things that I played this week. One, I finished Doom. That's right, I finally got through the campaign. And man, oh man, did I ever love this game. It is just so good. Like Wolfenstein before it, which was like a great callback, a great first-person shooter, single-player shooter. I never touched the multiplayer in Doom, but the single-player in Doom, my God, that was good. Like, surprisingly, there's a pretty good story in there. Like, you don't really have to pay attention that much to it, but what's going on is actually pretty interesting, to be honest with you, and I was surprised by that. But the core, the meat and potatoes of Doom is the gameplay. It's just like fast and furious shooting. You get into it, you get into that groove, you rock out to the metal music playing in the background. Just to feel the weapons, to feel that shotgun, man. Like, they did it. They brought back the feel of the Doom shotgun. It just felt great to blow enemies away with that. And just like to weaken enemies and run up to them and like rip them to pieces with your bare hands and just watch health and ammo just like burst out of them and give you that extra push to go in and just conquer. It was a game that just encouraged you to just like dive in there and go just all out crazy. Go like Frank Castle on everybody's ass. It was fantastic. And right now, Doom it's number 2 on my Games of the Year list right now. Right, very, very close behind Uncharted 4. It's damn good, folks. It is damn good. I haven't finished too many games this year yet to really make a ranking. I'm hoping to make a push very soon, try and get a few more things done. I've got a few games that I played a decent amount of, which I'm sure I'm going to include on my list somewhere. But Doom right now, Doom is number 2, and it was very close to being number 1. Unfortunately, though, Uncharted, you can't beat that. Um, anyways, yeah, Doom. And the second thing I've been playing, I started up Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I bought that only a few weeks ago, really. It went on sale for $30, so I figured, you know what, I'll pick it up now. And it's okay. I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure how I feel about the open world setting for the game. It's cool and all, and maybe once I really dive into it a bit more, I'll appreciate it. But part of me is wishing it was still the set levels that we had before. That felt a lot better, I think. This one, I mean, sure, there's probably like a few different paths you can go, but my initial impressions onto it right now, it's like, oh, it's maybe this is not that great. Like the first one really was intuitive, like, okay, do this, 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 this. Awesome. This one is kind of like, okay, it's telling me to go this way. Maybe I can swerve off and go this other way. What path really feels right? So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that game yet. We'll actually talk about that later when we cover the fantasy draft in our Q3 of 2016 talk. But yeah, first off, it seems to be okay. I hope it hooks me. I hope I enjoy it. I hope it does because I've decided to play this instead of Ratchet and Clank right now, which I really want to dive into as well. Especially next week, WWE 2K17 is out, and I'll be getting my copy of XCOM 2 in the mail, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Should be getting a new mic in the mail soon as well. Hopefully, for next week's show, I'll be recording on a brand new mic. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing this week, folks. So let's dive so deep into the news this week. And to be quite honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot of news to really talk about. First off, Bulletstorm Remaster is apparently coming for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Apparently, it was rated by the Brazil Advisory Rating Board. According to Gametsu, Full Clip Edition is listed for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and it's going to be published by Gearbox Software and is due out next year. Um, yeah, Bulletstorm. I played a bit of it on PC. I think I got through like the first level or so. Seemed enjoyable. Just I bought it at a weird time. I never got into it. When it first came out, though, funny story. I rented the PS3 version from Best Buy. Got home all excited, like, man, I can't wait to play this. This looks like a good shooter that I'm going to enjoy because it's just crazy, over the top, score based. I put it into my system. It installs. I load up the game. Black screen. That's all I get. Black screen. I press the PlayStation button, goes out to the XMB menu, works fine. Go back into it, black screen. That's all I had when I played Bulletstorm. Maybe it was the disc that I had that I rented. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't bother with it. I rented something else. So a bit of a sour taste in my mouth from Bulletstorm first time around. But if this comes out and it's at a good price, hopefully they don't go the Activision route and be like, here's $79.99. Please buy this game again. If it comes out at like $39, great. I'll probably wait for like $10, like I've done with some other games, like Darksiders 2. But I'm excited. This is cool. I hope it happens. It seemed like a fun shooter. Next up in our news stories, I'm going to fly through these. Last week, we got a big episode. This week, I'm going to try and keep it down a bit. Because when I first started doing these, I thought they were going to be 20 minutes long because I didn't have a co-host. Hopefully, the podcast goes back again. Just a little side note soon. I think James is still waiting on a mic. I'm still waiting on a mic, so I really can't do a Skype call to do it right now, but hopefully soon. Anyways, I digress. Back to the next news story. Stardew Valley is getting a huge update this week. New farms, marriage options, fish, and more. From IGN, a big update for Stardew Valley, the farming simulator, and country life RPG. From Concerned Ape, and Chucklefish Games is planned for Monday, October the 3rd. So tomorrow, you can find instructions for, Monday, October 3rd, today, when this podcast is out. You can find instructions for participating in the beta on the Stardew Valley forums. Well, that's going to be too late by the time this show goes up. One of the biggest updates in the edition is the addition of 4 new starter farm maps available on the character creation screen. Each map caters to specific skill sets. The Riverland Farm has plenty of fishing spots. The Forest Farm comes with more foraging areas and a special mixed seed dropping weed. Hilltop Farm has mineral deposits for mining enthusiasts. And Wilderness Farm spawns bats and golems at night. The original map still exists as well. The update will also make Shane and Emily marriage options, add special outdoor areas for spouses on your farm, let you build mills and sheds, harvest coffee beans and make coffee. That's going to make Big Boss happy. That's a selling point for this game now for him. And let you file for divorce. That's right, you can now get divorced. And I think I saw some articles on that saying that, it's as depressing as you may think. So they're not holding back with the divorce option. It's not just like, click, divorce, done, move on to somebody else. Apparently you're going to be dealing with a few things if you do file for divorce. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm personally waiting for the console version of Stardew Valley to come out. I've been itching at the bit to pick it up on PC, and I still might, depending on if it goes on for a good price during the winter sale. But other than that, I'm probably going to be holding up for the console version. Put it on the Vita, that's what I say. And next up in our news stories, we have the Final Fantasy trading card game. That's right, we got trading card game news this week, folks. Is coming to the West. Square Enix has announced the Final Fantasy trading card game is coming to Europe and the United States on October the 28th. The game has had a 6-year run in Japan, and the game now spans over 2,000 different cards. It is designed by former pro card game player Taru Kageyama and Shiota Yasuka. The Western edition will be fully localized in English, French, German, Spanish, and Italian. However, the Italian release date is still yet to be announced. October 28th will see the release of the first set, called Opus 1, featuring 216 cards, with designs from artists such as Tetsuya Nomura, Yoshihiko Amado, and Yukiono Yoshida. I am sorry for any Japanese listeners out there. And there will be a premium foil versions of each card. So you're going to buy many, many packs to try and find them all. The first set will cover 30 years of Final Fantasy and will include the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Dissidia, and World of Final Fantasy for the very first time. And in other Final Fantasy tabletop news, Final Fantasy VII is getting its own version of Monopoly next year, which I may have to buy. This is cool. This is really cool, folks. I've never been that much into trading card games. I collected Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day. I collected Pokemon back in the day. I've bought the odd pack of Magic the Gathering here and there, but never really got into it. Me and a buddy were going to start playing, but things fell apart and we never really got into it. Mostly because of, money issues. I'm buying and keeping up with the hobby. But this, as a Final Fantasy fan, as somebody that loves Final Fantasy 1 through 12 and 12, it's a great series, and I'm really excited for this. I'm probably going to buy it when it comes out and spend so much money onto it eventually. Okay, final news story of the week. We got the PlayStation Plus games for October. Last week we talked about the games for Gold for October. This week, PlayStation Plus games for October. Now, this was a big month for Sony. because the price of PlayStation Plus has gone up. It's $69.99 now here in Canada. Me personally, before the price went up, I bought myself another year. I don't have to worry about re-subbing again until September of 2018 now. So I'm okay for a while. So this month, they really had to bring it. They had to bring it, you know? And personally, I think they did bring it. The games that we're getting this month are Resident Evil Remake for PlayStation 4, Transformers Devastation for PlayStation 4. Both of those games I've really wanted to play, and I've nearly bought them on a few occasions. Mad Riders for PlayStation 3. I'm not sure what that is. From Dust for PlayStation 3. Ubisoft game. I think it's a God-ish type game. I think I own it on PC, but never got around to playing it. Cool. Scaling back on the PS3 games, that's fine. On the Vita, we're getting Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth for... I was going to say for the Vita, but I already said for the Vita. Another visual... That's a visual novel game. I think where you can date like 5 different guys. I've heard it's pretty good. A friend of mine said it was good. Can't wait to try it. I love the visual novel types. And apparently this is visual novel game. This is kind of like Had a Whole Boyfriend, where every once in a while you're going to have a dialogue option or an option to do one thing or another thing. So don't expect like Danganronpa style visual novel here, or Virtue's Last Reward where you're doing puzzles as well. This is strictly visual novel. You are reading a novel. This is a choose your own adventure type of thing. And the last game is Actual Sunlight. Ozzy Legend has said that this game is apparently really good and something to really check out. I went and saw a trailer onto it. It looks like a visual novel type game as well, though indie div game where you're dealing with like depression and stuff like that. It looks really good. It's something really special. So I'm actually really looking forward to playing that game. I think it's going to be cool. And there you go. That's your games for October, and that's the news for this week. I'm going to drink water. Yeah, that's good water. All right, so moving on to our topic of the week. Like I said earlier, we are done now with July, August, and September. The third quarter of 2016 has come and gone, so it's time to break down the 10 highest rated games, according to Metacritic, so take that with a grain of salt, for those 3 months, for this quarter. And I'm going to start, folks, with number 10. Now, some of these are tied, so, technically here we've got 2 tied for number 9, 2 tied for number 8, sorry, 3 tied, I guess, for number 7, 2 tied for number 8, whatever. These are just in order of what I saw on Metacritic for their highest rated console, and I've got the other ones included there as well. I didn't include like remakes, like the BioShock collection, or I think it was the same game, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, which is basically the same game, but with more included onto it. I didn't include that either. So sorry if you were looking for those. They would have shown up instead of the final 2 games I have here, actually. So sorry, I didn't include those. And I didn't include stuff like The Witness, which came out again, or what was the other one I saw? Axiom Verge, which came out on Wii U and got a really good score. So, with that said, let's count these down. Coming in at number 10, we have Deus Ex Mankind Divided, with an 85 on Xbox One, 84 on PS4, and an 83 on PC. A game I really want to try. Coming in at number 9, we have Monster Hunter Generations, 85 for the 3DS. I've heard many good things. Coming in at number 7, we have number 8, we have F1 2016 with an 86 on PC, 84 on Xbox One, and an 82 on PlayStation 4. Coming in at number 7, we have FIFA 17, an 86 on Xbox One, and an 83 on PS4. The PC version was not rated. At number 6, we have Chime Sharp with an 86 on PC. I have absolutely no idea what that is. It's one of those PC games that just swoops in and takes a spot. Coming in at number 5. Now, usually I do not include expansions. I do not include DLC. But I figured, why the fuck not? I will include this one on here because I've had many people tell me, such as Mike Chalice over on Gaming Leg, shout out to you, buddy, that this has been really good and he's been hooked on it. So at number 5, we have World of Warcraft Legion with an 88 on PC. So World of Warcraft got a spark, a boost. They got a bit of fire lit under them, and they're doing good again. Coming in at number... Sorry, I'm all mixed up here. 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. World of Warcraft was number 5. I only have 9 on the list here, folks. I am so sorry. I fucked up a little bit. Okay, let's just say that BioShock Remastered came in at number 7 there, okay? Okay. Coming in at number 3, we have Pro Evolution Soccer 2017 with an 88 on the Xbox One, 86 on the PlayStation 4, and a 69 on PC because apparently fuck Konami put out last year's version on PC this year. So they done fucked it up again. Bravo, Konami, you stupid idiots. Coming in at number 2, we have for Forza Horizon 3 with a 91 on the Xbox One and an 86 on PC. The racing game down in the Outback. From down under. Sorry, Ozzy. And at number 1, we have NBA 2K17 with a 93 on the Xbox One, 89 on the PlayStation 4, and a 91 on the PC. So lots of sports and racing on this third quarter games. Lots of good stuff came out. As for me personally, my favorite game from the third quarter, I really didn't buy much on the third quarter. That came out in the third quarter. I picked up Abzu. I enjoyed that. That's my favorite game from the third quarter because technically that's all I bought. It would be XCOM 2 if I had it with me right now, but it's still coming in the mail. Last I checked, it was in Montreal. And the game from the third quarter that I really would like to try, Deus Ex, because I've heard many, many good things about the game so far. Alright, folks, and with that, it's time. It is time. Once again, we are at the third quarter here to look at the Fantasy Draft, the Glitched Out Gaming Podcast Fantasy Draft. That's right, even though I'm solo right now, doing this on my own, I am still going to keep up with the Fantasy Draft and see who is doing the best. So, let us take a look now. And since I'm here by myself right now, I'm going to cover my own games first. So. Right now, my list, I had Uncharted 4, that's got a 93. Persona 5, delayed to 2017, so a big old 0 there. Dark Souls 3, highest rated on PS4 and PC with an 89. 87 on Xbox One, but 89 counts. We go with the highest rated version of the game. Star Fox Zero with a 69. 69, better than a 0. That's all I'm going to say about that. Horizon Zero Dawn, delayed to 2017. Divinity Original Sin 2, still not out yet. Apparently the beta is out now for a lot of people, so still hanging on to hope that it gets released this year. The Last Guardian, it's coming. What Remains of Edith Finch, haven't heard shit all about that game now in the longest time. Doom, with an 87 on the Xbox One, 85 on PS4, 85 on PC, but 87 is the highest. And Bravely Second End Layer with an 81. So that's my list so far. Doing fairly good, I think. 90s and 80s and 69 from Star Fox. Couldn't give me a 70. Going now next to Izzy's picks. Izzy Foshizzle. Uh, God, that was bad. He had XCOM 2, which now has a 90 on PS4, 88 on PC, and an 86 on Xbox One. So Izzy got a boost there for XCOM. Super Mario NX, we don't even know if that exists yet. Delayed to 2017 anyway. Zelda Wii U / NX, delayed to 2017. Mass Effect Andromeda, delayed to 2017. Deus Ex Mankind Divided, with an 85 on the Xbox One, 84 on PC, and 84 on PS4, and 83 on PC. We already covered that. Rhyme, apparently it's still being made, but we don't know when the hell it's coming out. Street Fighter V, which got a 77 on PS4 and a 74 on PC. Cuphead, we haven't heard anything about that game in the longest time. Unravel, which got an 81 on PC, 78 on PS4, and a 75 on Xbox One. So that's good. And Gears of War 4, which is right around the corner. This coming week, I think, or next week? One or the other. I don't know. Go watch last week's episode. I said when it was coming out then. So, Izzy, I think the trend on Izzy there is delayed to 2017. Granted, it looks like I'm the same way there anyway. Coming in next, we have our listener picks. First off, Aussie Legend, who chose completely different games than me and Izzy. So, first off, he had Overwatch Origins Edition, 91 on PC, 91 on Xbox One, and a 90 on PS4. So he's sitting easy with a 91 right there. Torment, Tales of Numeria, delayed to 2017. Firewatch, he got an 81 on PC and 76 on a PS4, so he's sitting with an 81 right there. The Xbox One version wasn't rated yet on Metacritic. Below, still not out yet. They've been like radio silent. There's been rumors circulating now that it may be delayed till next year. Nothing confirmed yet, though. So, Below, still up in the air. Get that? Below? It's still up in the air. I'm here now all week. Next up, Dishonored 2, still not out yet. The Witness, which has an 87 on PS4, 87 on PC, and an 85 on Xbox One, so an 87 there for Ozzy. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, 74 PC, 72 Xbox One, and a 69 for PS4. So a 74 there for Ozzy. Zero Time Dilemma, 83 on PS4, 81 on 3DS, and a 78 on PC, so an 83 right there for him. I said PS4, but that's a PlayStation Vita game right there, my folks, my friends. And next up, he had Oxenfree with an 80 on PC, 79 on PS4, and a 78 on the Xbox One. So he's got an 80 there. And Tacoma, delayed to 2017. So right now, me and Ozzy are pretty much neck and neck, I think. Yeah, essentially. All right, and finally, we have Aaron B., who switched it up from Ozzy, because he went with a mix of myself and Izzy and his own picks, as well as some from Ozzy as well. So, from Aaron, we have Uncharted 4, 93. The Legend of Zelda Wii U, delayed to 2017. XCOM 2, 90 on PS4. Unravel, 81 on PC. Fire Emblem Fates, 87 for Conquest, 86 for Birthright, so he's got an 87 right there. Quantum Break, 77 on Xbox One and a 62 on PC. Number 7, he has Yooka-Laylee, delayed to 2017. Number 8, he has Tacoma, delayed to 2017. Number 9, he has Adrift, which, ouch, has a 63 on PC and a 56 on PS4. So congratulations, Aaron, you're winning on the lowest rated game right now. And finally, The Last Guardian, which isn't out yet. So we won't know Aaron B's final tally, his average score, until December 6th, or shortly after. So won't be till the end of the year until we find out Aaron's pick when I do the year in review show, I guess. And that pretty much wraps it up for our fantasy draft. So it's still going good. Still several games yet to be released. A few which we don't know is coming out this year or maybe next year. So the race is still on, folks. It's anybody's game, mostly. All right, so let's dive into the questions and comments. So over on the YouTube video, Aaron B left a comment saying, right now I'm really not feeling, right now I'm not really getting the feeling that I have to rush out and buy PlayStation VR. They haven't shown any gameplay from Arkham VR, have they? No, I don't think they have. The only game that looks like the only game that looks like I might be into would be Rigs, and I'm not even a huge multiplayer guy. I'm currently looking into getting a 4K HDR TV for the PlayStation 4 Pro, but right now I don't have any plans to get their VR headset. And he also mentions, didn't know Chivalry was on consoles, haha. I'll have to go check that out. I also enjoyed Shattered Dimensions, really enjoyed it. In fact, it's everything after Shattered Dimensions that felt like they weren't trying anymore. Yeah, very, very, very much true. Thanks for the comment again this week, Aaron. And kind of like yourself, the only VR game I've seen from PlayStation that has me mildly interested right now, and only because I played it, is Eve Valkyrie. That was the game I mentioned a few weeks ago when I tried PlayStation VR. I really had a blast with that game, and I would like to dive back into that game in VR again. So yeah, like yourself, I'm on the side where I'm going to wait. Kind of been thinking of a 4K TV myself, to be quite honest with you. Not going to get one anytime soon though, because the money is not there for me. All right, so let's dive over to the outlawgamers.com and see the comments listed there from when Aaron posted the video. And he said on there, any outlaws planning on picking up games in October, aka military shooter month? What about PlayStation VR? And the comments are as follows. Christopher Brady said, maybe, but not a military shooter. Aaron B wrote in and said, Mafia 3, likely, for me. I don't know about COD or Titanfall. Maybe Battlefield 1. That's a lot of wait and see for me. Yeah, I'm pretty much there. Wrestling and a couple of Vita games. That's my MO for October. Aaron the Adequate said, interested to see how Mafia 3 turns out. But if I actually get anything, it'll probably be grabbing that Dead Rising redo for PlayStation 4. But probably not. To be honest, there isn't a whole lot I'm planning to buy this year. Like you said, wait and see. Darksaber17 said, not a shooter, but if Friday the 13th the game comes out, then I might just get it. Alexis says, 2 games, Mafia 3 and Battlefield 1. Excited to play both of them. I know a lot of the Outlaws do multiplayer sessions together, so not surprised there to see Alexis saying Battlefield 1. I'm actually looking forward to seeing some videos you guys post on that. Lance Latham, I just got a stutter. Lance Latham says PlayStation VR and maybe Mafia 3, so we got one person buying a VR. Mikey Gunshow says, I pre-ordered the PlayStation VR bundle, and I'm going to pick up Dragon Quest Builders. That should keep me busy for a while. Hell yeah, brother. Panda says, it was The Last Guardian and Dragon Quest Builders month for me. Now it's just Dragon Quest Builders. I'll likely wait for a Game of the Year edition of Mafia 3 to play it. Fair enough. Octavius says Mafia 3 and possibly Battlefield 1. Ozzy Legend wrote in and said, I recently canceled my PlayStation VR order. Not because I'm no longer interested, just because I see no reason to get it before Resident Evil 7. When some of the games I want may have dropped in price too. Good thinking, Ozzy. As for October, rest in peace, wallet. I'm sorry for your loss, Ozzy, or your oncoming loss. I kind of know the feeling. Even though I've actually scaled back for October since The Last Guardian got pushed out of it, and Final Fantasy isn't. Final Fantasy 15 didn't release at the end of September, which I basically considered October because of the release. My October right now is simply wrestling, which I have paid for right now. Super Dimension Neptunia versus Sega Herd Girls on the Vita. World of Final Fantasy on the Vita. And possibly Dragon Quest Builders on the Vita, even though since they're not putting in a retail version of Dragon Quest Builders on the Vita, that's another one where I'm like, I'm probably going to wait. Plus, I have the demo installed. I need to play that demo and talk about it next week. Alexander Art says, Civilization 6, baby! And Mark Coolio says, October is a big spending month for me. Hopefully, I want to get GTX 1080 and Mafia 3 to complement that purchase. But there still hasn't been an official confirmation that Mafia 3 doesn't have Nvidia, so I'm a bit hesitant. NBA 2K17 didn't have it, and that makes me hopeful. I'm going to be honest, PC gibberish. To me, anyway, in one ear and the other for PC stuff. I'm a console gamer. That's my bread and butter. I like PC. I like gaming on PC, but when it goes into cards and everything, it's just like, what? I'll have a good one. So yeah, cool. Great comments, guys. I love hearing them. Thank you, Aaron, again for posting the video on OGS. I usually don't do it myself because I feel kind of weird promoting my own stuff, but yeah, I love seeing it posted there. I love seeing the comments, love reading them, so on and so forth. Anyways, folks, I better be wrapping up here. Finally, we have the recommendation of the week. I'm going to be quick on this one. It's Catherine on the PlayStation 3, done by the team for Persona. The Persona team, I should say. Great game. Great, just, how to even explain it, social-ish type of game. It's the Puzzler from Hell, and it's Qbert from Hell, and it is amazing. And it's one of those games which I really, really, really wish they would put it on the PlayStation 4 again, because I would love to play that game again. Even though I have it here with me, and I could just put it in and play it. Even put it on PlayStation now would be amazing, guys. Please. But anyways, that's cool. That's awesome. And my pick of the week this week, not a whole lot coming out. I'm personally not picking up anything this week. So my pick of the week this week is a game I'm not buying, but I know a lot of people are buying, and that's A Trip to the Bayou, and that's Mafia 3. Excited to see how that game turns out. I hope it's really good and really scratches that itch for a lot of people. So that's it. And folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Of course, you can find me right here on YouTube at youtube.com/LordXPlaysGames, even though I don't play that many games anymore on here. You can find me on the Twitter at @the_LordX. You can find me over on 8wellgamers.com. LordX over there as well. LordX everywhere. And yeah, you guys have been awesome. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I am so fucking tired. I'm going to go watch the final episode of Luke Cage right now and wish that we would get the Punisher series very soon. And maybe go take a nap after that and get some food. But I'm done recording. Thank you again so much. I've been Lord X. You have been awesome. And I am glitching out.